is now Fired Up Freedom. I just want to do a little bit of a recap of season one. It was amazing. I had so much fun, a lot of amazing guests, a lot of great conversation. It was really, really awesome. If you're someone who wants to have a growth mindset, if you're someone who wants to take action and go towards your goals, then Fired Up Freedom is great for you. It doesn't matter if your goal is financial or personal. And now that we're moving into season two, we're going to be talking a lot of different things surrounding freedom. Well, hello there, family. You're listening to Fired Up Freedom with Steve Ryan. Fired Up Freedom. All right. Do you ever have moments where you feel stress, anxiety, or it's hard to sleep? Then meditation may be the perfect thing to help you. Come and join our meditation channel where there's 24 hours a day on-demand meditation music. Go to steveryan.com/meditation. That's steveryan.com/meditation. It's time to have freedom from the noise. Fired Up Friday is now Fired Up Freedom. So here are the 5 artists that I would like to spotlight today. All right. So we have Holly Wild, Luis Armando, Jess Best, Joem Music, and Taylor Simone Harvey. So those are the 5 artists that I want to highlight today. All right. So let's jump in. Let's just go ahead and get started. So let me tell you, Holly Wild has a very, very good, amazing voice. It's real smooth. I had the opportunity to hear one of her unreleased songs that she's working on. And I'll tell you how Luis Armando was involved too, as well, because he helped with the background and the vocal arranging of it. Oh, it sounds awesome. The song was real, it's real happy. It reminds you almost like I'm not always the greatest at artist names, so I hope I don't mess up too terribly artist name. But it's like she's such a combination of so many artists. Like I'm hearing Natasha Benningsfield. I hear a little bit of Sarah McLachlan, and I hear what's that song? I can't think of an artist, but it's a real happy song. Like it was a really, really good feel good song. I believe she's from Australia. I believe Holly's from Australia, and just a wonderful person, wonderful voice. Really, 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 I love her voice, and she's recording an album with CCVM, as Carrie Cole's company, and Luis Armando actually works as a vocal arranger and vocal coach at the company as well. And I'm going to address some of that later too as well. But right now, let's focus on Holly. But her link tree is linktree linktr.ee/ Holly Wild Music, HollywildMusic. And when you go on here, one of the very first things that I love about her link tree, join Holly Wild's tribe for unreleased music and updates. You can join her tribe. You can tell that she's all about building relationships with her audience, which I'm a super fan of. So, and I've definitely already joined. So take time to go there and join as soon as you can. But Holly Wild, really, really good, amazing voice, really good, happy go music. I haven't heard her other stuff yet, so I can't speak for the other music yet, but I'm sure it's going to be great. I do plan to listen to it. But the song that I have heard that's unreleased, it's really, really, you're going to have no choice but to feel good when you hear it. All right. Now, the next one is Luis Armando. Now, multiple things to say about him. He is he works at with Kerry Cole, and you can find Kerry Cole at kerrycole.com. I don't know if CCVM has a site. I want to say ccvm.co, but if you just go to Kerry Cole, you'll see it. But he's a vocal coach and vocal arranger with Kerry Cole, and he actually did Holly Wild's song. I heard the work he did, and it was he's very, very dedicated. He goes beyond. I have not had the chance to work with him yet, but I do plan to. And because I love his work ethic, he has a very, very, you can tell he actually cares about his audience. I'm sorry, I'm thinking audience. Yes, I'm sure he cares about the audience too, but I'm sorry, he cares about the people that he works with. He cares about. He goes beyond. You can just tell, and he's very passionate about what he does. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to share with you his Instagram. You can find his Instagram at Instagram. Just go to Luis Armando Music, and that's LuisArmando Music. And this is his Instagram. I really hope you guys can't hear that noise outside. It's like garbage day apparently that I didn't know about or something going on. So I'm really, really hoping that you can't hear this. There's nothing I can do about it at this point because we're already going. But um, I'll just continue on and hopefully you can't hear it. I can hear it and I have headphones on, so it might be a little loud. All right, but Luis Armando Music. You find him on Instagram. Have some good posts of him singing and things like that. And it was one post he did because I think I'm on his, but it was one post that he did where he hit this whistle note, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I have to definitely work with him." So I will be hitting Carrie Cole up about working with Lewis. But don't get me wrong, Carrie Cole is cool. She's been my vocal coach for a while, and she's amazing. Has an amazing company. That's like a whole nother episode, like strictly dedicated just for that. So, because I can go on and on about all the amazing things that she do and the light that she's bringing to the world. But that that it was that whistle note that Lewis hit in the video. I was like, yeah, I can relate to that because you know I work on my whistle notes too, but I have not recorded them on to share as videos. But that inspired me too. So, and he has a great voice too, great personality, full of fire. You can just tell. All right. Now, the next one is Jess Best. Now, Jess also is a vocal coach with Carrie Cole, and she's also a songwriter that works with Carrie Cole's team as well. And of course, you can find out Jess's information at jessbest.com. And she's also a vocal arranger. And let me tell you, on one of my unreleased songs, I was in a workshop that Carrie Cole had about backgrounds, the art of backgrounds and harmonies. And one of my songs, they they asked if if I wanted it spotlighted in the workshop, and I said sure, yeah, awesome, why not? Like that's amazing. And I heard what Jess did to that song, and I saw the comments about my facial expression, so I can't wait to watch the replay. I was like, everything that she chose to do, it was just amazing. It made the song even higher. It made the song even more emotional, even more passionate. Like she knows what she's doing. And she's also on tour. If you actually go to her Instagram, I don't have that on here because I do have her website that I'm pulling up, Jess Best, which is JESSBEST. It may be a way to get to her Instagram on here. I do follow her Instagram. And I'll go back to her website in a moment, but I want to take you to her Instagram. There's a link on there that she's going on tour now, and I believe she has something on October 30th at Hotel Cafe. You can definitely get a ticket. Just go to her Instagram and get a ticket, and I forget how much it was, but I was like, "Ooh, if I was in town, I would definitely totally go out and see her because she has a brilliant voice." And she was, also, trained by Carrie Cole as well since being a teenager, and it definitely shows. And now not only does she have this amazing, awesome voice herself, but she's also now vocal arranging and vocal coaching, on Carrie Cole's team at Carrie Cole's company. So, totally awesome. I've worked with Jess before, and she's amazing to work with. I mean, she has such a pleasant personality. Like she's good. How do I explain this? She's good and phenomenal enough to be arrogant, but she's not arrogant. You know how, like, I mean, I'm not saying that anybody should be arrogant, but you know how like some people can be so talented that they could get away with having an ego. She's that talented, but she don't have the ego. Like she's very, very nice to interact with, very nice to deal with, very pleasant. Totally have respect for her. I have respect for all these people. Um, and she's awesome. And then we have Joam Music, and Joam, I've had a chance to um, hear her one shot. Awesome, you have to check it out. She also has her own podcast as well called The Vibrant Flow. I have checked out an episode and I'm now following her podcast because you have to understand this is not a competition. We're collaborators. So if there's somebody else who have a podcast or who's an artist, I'm all supportive. Like we're all in this community. And I really hate it when people try to make it seem like people are competing. It's not a competition. I love what everyone is doing and I'm willing to share it. Like, hey, I'm letting you know right now, she has a podcast. Check it out. So it's Joam Music. So you can find her on her link tree. It's at linktree, linktr.ee/Joam, Joem music. Now, she introduced herself to me while in the workshop, and I'm not going to tell her business because it's her business to tell. And if she wanted everybody to know, she would have said it publicly. But we actually were connected before we were connected. That may be all I can say. But one thing that I do want to say, and then I'm going to continue on the list, is that sometimes you have to follow what's in your heart. And if something is on your heart to do, you never know who you will impact. And I just about cried when she told me that something that I had done that I thought was anonymous that she actually benefited from and it really impacted her. And again, I can't share what it is. That's her story to tell. I'm not going to say what it is. And it really it brought tears to my eyes because sometimes doing things you want to know if it impacts people in a positive way. Most of the time I do things and I don't think about how it actually impacts people. I just do it and hope that it makes people's a difference in people's lives. And she really inspired me to continue doing the things that I do because it, it was just amazing. And I was like, wow, I know her now and it's going to be awesome. But this is her. Check out her music. Check out her podcast. Check out her covers on YouTube. Like she's really, really, really amazing. Um, she also has done a program with Carrie Cole. Carrie Cole has this thing called Singer Songwriters Workshop (SSC), and what it is, it's a way of helping people to discover themselves, find themselves, also to improve and be better songwriters. And also, they also get to co-write with songwriters that are already on phenomenal levels. I think it's a great thing to check out. So pretty much check all that out on her site, carriecole.com. And so the last one on the list is Taylor Simone Harvey. Fired Up Freedom will be right back after these messages.
Do you ever look for certain services or products and it's just hard to find and you want to know if someone else has used that before? Well, visit my resources page, steveryan.com/resources, steveryan.com/resources.
She doesn't really like a lot of attention, you know, like so she's one of those people that she's real independent and she just really like to do things on her own and she does a great job. And so I hope that me mentioning her on this artist spotlight is taken in the best positive way possible. But I couldn't not say anything. I just couldn't because I love what she's doing. She had this one video where she's out roller skating and she reminds me of like she's like this combination of like Jill Scott meets like I would say Jill Scott meets like a Beyonce meets like Erica Badu. Just I mean, she's just very Taylor Simone Harvey. She definitely knows what she's doing. This is her link tree. So you just go to linktree, linktr.ee/Taylor Simone Harvey, TaylorSimone Harvey. And you can see her video coming for you. I think that's the song. It was one song that she was doing where it was almost like this mirror effect where she was just dancing and you saw like a few of her. Like it was like 8 of her just dancing. It was so cool how the effects were. But you definitely got to check out "Coming for You" music video, and I does this video, um, and just check her out because she's really really good people. She had a successful. I don't know if it was Kickstarter or GoFundMe, but it was a campaign that she had that was very, very, very successful because she was doing a happy dance on one of her Instagram things, and I was like, "Yay, go!" And because people can feel her vibe, real good energy. Um, Proud of all these people. Taylor Simone, really, really cool people. You definitely got to check out her stuff. So I really, really, really enjoyed introducing all these people for those of you who don't know them. And we do have a commercial break.
Fired Up Freedom will be right back after these messages. Do you ever have moments where you feel stress, anxiety, or it's hard to sleep? Then meditation may be the perfect thing to help you. Come and join our meditation channel where there's 24 hours a day on demand meditation music. Go to steveryan.com/meditation. That's steveryan.com/meditation. It's time to have freedom from the noise.
All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. But yeah, you have to definitely check out these people, um, all of them, and also check out Carrie Cole, um, carriecole.com, because what I like is the fact, and one of the things that I'm actually doing an album with Carrie Cole. And what I like about her company is that she and all of her team, everyone that works, 'cause she doesn't have anybody around that isn't in alignment. Trust me, she doesn't, because she's a friend of mine, and I know she wouldn't have anybody who wouldn't fit. But they're all about helping people to be honest with themselves, tapping into who they are. Um, it's a great company, and really, if you want to get your stuff, improved, help yourself grow, write better, just be a better artist overall, discover your artist identity. They're really good with that, and I'm in total support of the company because they've definitely helped me. And it's been a great experience. So definitely check out all these people. Check out Holly Wild. Check out Louis Armando, Jess Best, Joan Music, Taylor Simone Harvey. Also check out Carrie Cole as well. So, which brings me to the next thing that I want to mention, because it seems to be a trend going on here that I can't just simply do the artist spotlight, but I have to put in some words of wisdom at the end. And I want to talk about mentorship. It's very important to have a support system and mentorship as an artist.
none of us knows everything. And sometimes as artists, we can get in our own way as creators, singer songwriters. We can get in our own way and in our own bubble. And it's very good to have somebody or something to bounce ideas off of, and somebody to work with you from getting from within yourself. And I've always been a believer in having I have multiple mentors. Carrie Cole is definitely one of my mentors, but I have multiple mentors, and it's for different areas. Like I have, best-selling author who's a mentor for me as an author. I have a marketing mentor. I'm going to actually do a whole separate session about different mentors because, and it's not that when I put out testimonials and things, which I rarely do, it's because I find companies helpful. I find different places and platforms helpful, and it's not that I'm trying. But what I'm getting ahead of myself. I think when I recommend in the future that I'm going to try to keep it separate, like separate episodes, because it's not that I'm recommending one over the other. It's just that I'm telling my experience. And I'm always a believer in getting experience from more than one source because sometimes one source may see one element and help you in one way, and another source may see a different element and help you in one way. I would say I probably have like 10 to 15 mentors, and not all at the same time, of course. But as I've said previously, I'm always in some kind of workshop or always doing some kind of, I'm always looking for ways to make myself better. I mean, even now I'm doing like production and mixing. And even though I'm primarily songwriter and artist, I do some producing. I do some stuff for like mostly like movie stuff. And sometimes I do stuff with other artists, but I'm doing it to help myself be even better. Because in the past, I've been a producer more so from knowing how to do it, but not actually working the DAW. And now I've been learning to work the DAW even better, like first of all learning how to work it, but learning how to work it on an even grander scale, so that now it takes things to a whole different level and it opens up the door. That's a whole nother conversation actually. Yes, I'm going to get into that right now. um, and I'll get back to this mentor thing. I really feel it's important for artists, even if you're just an artist or just a songwriter, to learn an instrument, even if you don't play super well, but learn an instrument because that will help your ear to be in key. That will help your ear to open up and discover more, and learn production even on a basic level, whether it's Ableton, Logic, Pro Tools, whatever. I'm a big Ableton fan personally, but it's important to learn that because even if you're not producing for other people and doing things for other people, it's important to know how to do things yourself in terms of to be able to tell a producer or tell an AR person what you're hearing and how you're hearing it. It's very important. And if you understand a little bit of production, even on a basic scale, you'll be able to at least do a demo at home or record what you're hearing at home, and then that will help others to help you even more and help you better, because now you'll know how to speak producer talk instead of saying, oh yeah, I'm feeling this song. I'm feeling that. You'll be able to know how to go in and say, okay, you know what, on this song that I'm hearing in my head, I feel like it's the guitars from the Immortals, and this is a song of a reference of what I'm hearing. Blah 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 blah. It'll help you to articulate what you're hearing and to speak producer language. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like it's so important to hear. Um, Bringing that up, Carrie Cole's company does help with that as well. Like if you're accepted, because they do have a screening out process, but she has this white glove label. And what it does is it helps you as an artist to not only discover who you are, discover your sound, what you're hearing on your sound, and and if you want production services as well, they do production services with some amazing team of producers. And I just that's why I feel like it's important that if you know some of the production on your own you'll be able to, let's say you go to someone like her, you'll be able to say, hey, here's what I'm hearing. Here's what I'm hearing. This is what I like about this song. It just will help you to speak the language, even if somebody else produces your stuff. You'll at least know, because think about it this way as a songwriter, and this is just my opinion, and as a singer, if you don't know how to describe what's in your head or what you want, you're pretty much leaving your entire music career in the hands of other people without any part in it. Because if you can't really contribute to how you're hearing and what you're hearing, it's just, I'm not saying your career can't go anywhere. There's plenty of people who don't know this stuff and they've been lucky enough to come across people. But here's the thing that really hurts my heart is when someone don't know this stuff and they come across somebody who will take them in the direction that they don't want to go, and then they're not happy with their music. And the only way to really try to avoid that is A, knowing who you are, B, yes, learning how to do recordings at home so you can at least do a demo, hear yourself, practice and things, and C, have a support system. And this is why I'm bringing up Carrie Cole's company, because her community is a good support system. I am a member of that community and I'm a part of that community because it's a great home. It's a lovely community. It is really, really, really a good community, and it's a good support system. Because as artists, we have to have a support system. We have to. You know what I mean? And we have to have ethics and be good and honor the communities and just have good ethics as a person. That's how I feel about it. And also other ways to build support system, network with your fellow musicians, network with other people. I'm a member of so many groups and communities. Is like I can't even think of them all off the top of my head. And sometimes I run into the same people in some of the communities that is like, whoa, I see you here, I see you here. And that's why I feel like in the future, I think I'm going to do some sessions about the different communities, but I want to make sure the sessions are separate so they're not colliding with each other. And like I said, this is not a competition, it's a collaboration. I know that people have businesses to run and things like that, but I'm just a believer in being a conduit, and I'm just someone here to let people know what's going on, and what I think of certain places and what they can do. And that's and trust me, there's other things that I can talk about as well too, but I'm going to save that for a different time. Right now I feel like this episode should just be dedicated to these artists and also to Carrie Cole's company, which I wasn't planning on doing it in the same episode, but it just kind of went there because I feel, not just think, but I feel and I know, not only just from my experience of working with them, but just in general, that they are a good company. And it's a really good thing. Fired Up Freedom will be right back after these messages. Do you ever look for certain services or products and it's just hard to find and you want to know if someone else has used that before? Well, visit my resources page, steveryan.com/resources, steveryan.com/resources. In the meantime, back to what I was saying at the beginning, I feel like it's very important to build a good support system. And the way that you build a support system, hey, go check out my episode about networking. I do a whole episode about networking. And, it's important. All of what I'm saying is about to connect, including what I just said about circumventing companies. When you're networking, I feel like it's very important. It's one quote that I put out there. I'll start it this way. If you want a friend, be a friend. If you want good energy coming back to you, then give off good energy and have that coming back to you. And when you're building a support system, it's important to be genuine with people, to be honest with people, and have ethics with people. It's important for that because you never know who knows who. You never know who knows who. You don't know. You just don't know. So if you burn a bridge, you just don't know. Like if you have to be someone who treats people with respect and honor people. I'm a firm believer in that, in treating people with respect. And even though I'm a straightforward person, I'm not a mean person. I don't do things in a disrespectful way. Now, if someone backs me into a corner and they're being rude and disrespectful to me, I am going to stand my ground. That's just the nature of that. But as long as we're being respectful to each other, then it all flows well and is great energy. So, building a support system, if you want to network and you want to build a support system, it's important to be a good person and be a good support system. That's my take on that. So, all right. I feel like this was a great episode. I'm so glad to introduce all these people and the company to the world. People already know of them anyway, but I'm just doing my part in introducing it to you guys. Sorry to say, you guys, I know that's not the gender thing to say, to you all. So, all these things is hard to keep track of. You can't say this, you can't say that, and I'm just trying to be, sensitive to that, to those type of things, but still be able to be myself at the same time. So, to all you wonderful people, let me just say that, because you have he, she, they, and it's just, I just rather just say people, humanity. That's the easiest way, because I don't know. You don't know if what somebody want to be called unless they tell you how they want to be called. It's just a lot to keep up with, and I've never really had a problem with it, because I'm usually, my habit is to be respectful, and I tend to ask people what they want to be called. I think that's the respectful thing to do. But the reason I'm bringing this up now is I don't know if you're listening to this or seeing this, I don't know what you want to be called. So if I say something on here like you guys, I'm not saying you guys as a gender. That's just a habit that I have. Hey, hey, everybody. You know what I mean? It's not to say that everybody is guys or anything like that, but I'm aware of it, and I'm catching myself right in the middle of saying this, and you're hearing it unedited, so like I can't go back. So I'm making a conscious effort to say, you wonderful beautiful people, or all you wonderful people. Let me take off beautiful, because I'm sure that can be offensive. I'm not beautiful, I'm handsome, what I mean? So to all you wonderful people, there should be nothing wrong with that statement. I hope you've enjoyed this. All right. I'm going to go now, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Running from myself at times, I can't describe the words I try, the fear